has been a while. I got my roller guard. It's actually a walker in disguise. Bada bing, bada boom. So hello everybody. I can see that I have a few people already waiting. Yay, I see the number going up. Yay, I hope everybody's doing good. Guys, it's been so long since I have come on YouTube and, you know, made a mess out of my kitchen and invited you guys in. But I thought it was just time and I was ready to get back to it. So, you know, I have talked about this, oh my God, for the last 2 years. I have been whining and crying and beating my head and trying to do everything I can to lose weight, to make keto work, to figure out if it's whole foods, if it's paleo, if it's this, if it's that. And you know what I've come to the conclusion of? I do feel better on keto. I have health issues. I have degenerative arthritis. I've got issues with my joints. I've got back issues, hip issues, elbow, just name a joint. I tell you, I got a problem. And oh my gosh, thank you guys. Thank you. I see some of my Keto for Real Life People supporters on here. Thank you for showing up. Man, I'm so happy to see you. So over the last 6-7 months, you guys, I have tried every little thing, you know. I find that I do okay with certain foods that are particularly not keto, that are maybe, you know, but they're whole foods, certain fruits, certain vegetables, even certain grains are all right. But at the end of the day, guys, I'm still an addict, a carb addict. So it's hard trying to balance that. And, you know, I don't knock anybody for eating the way they need to eat for their best health. I think that's what we all should do. And for some of us, it just doesn't work. And I happen to be one of them people because I am a rapid weight gainer. I mean, if I go off plan, if I am not aware of every little bite I take and I just say screw it and eat it, guess what? I'm gonna gain weight so fast. But the problem is, and how many of you can relate, it doesn't come off as fast, right? So I have been working my way back to lowering my carbs. I do allow myself some fruits and I do allow myself a few carbs that aren't necessarily keto once or twice a week now. And I didn't want to come in and preach at anybody, and I didn't want to come in and say, hey, I found the magic bullet. I just wanted to come in and say, I found something that's finally working, and I've been doing it. Oh my God, Coco, my cat. She's young. Be patient. I found myself finally feeling in control. And once I started feeling in control, then I felt like I could share that with you guys, that I felt like I could bring something to the table. So today is a day of meal prep, but I also just wanted to, you know, show you where I'm at, what I'm doing, and right now my plan and my strategy is simple. Simple, you guys. I've got recipes that I have created that are wonderful, they're tasty, but at this point, I feel like a baby beginner back at square one. And I know that certain people, if you can relate, pop it in the comments, okay? How many of you out there have gone off track, have wanted to go back, but are finding it difficult? And even when you do try, you are not able to stay on it consistently. If that's you, please drop a comment real quick. Just let me know. I want to see how many people are struggling like I've been struggling, okay? So I feel like over the last, all through May, I really dug in and said, okay, no more gluten, no more sugar, no more just saying no more gluten, sugar, but actually walking it, talking it, and avoiding it at all costs. And I think I've only, what I call, gotten glutenated maybe twice unintentionally, not at like a personal decision to, you know, give myself permission to do it. So that being said, I'm going to pull up comments here in a little bit. That being said, I'm feeling pretty darn good, you guys. I'm feeling like a normal person. And, you know, my pain level, I've got some issues going on with my left knee. I've got some issues going on with my left calf. The pain was so excruciating that I couldn't walk without limping severely, or I just couldn't walk. I would just literally go in my room, prop up my bottom of my bed because it goes up, and elevate that leg, and that's just all I could do. That's all I could do. So by lowering my carbs and getting better and better at what I'm doing, I have eliminated at least 80% of my pain. Still got to be a little careful because I think there's some healing that needs to take place, and I think I kind of overdo a little bit sometimes. But I couldn't walk without limping, and then I caught myself walking like a regular person, and I was like, oh my God. I know that's because I have not had sugar. I have not had grains. I have not, you know, been eating creepy carbs. So here's what I've been doing, and if you are one of my Facebook followers also, then you will also know that I've been posting in group pretty much the same thing over and over, and I'm going to share it with you today. It's summer. I now work from home, so basically I still am the type of person who likes to eat around 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning as my first meal of the day, and then I like to have my second meal somewhere between 4 and 6. Anywhere in there. 2 meals a day, I'm good. And I still like some snacks. And I still like my drinks. So here's what I'm doing. Here's my meal prep for a week. Here, I hope that you enjoy it, and we'll talk and chat. And now I will pull out my tablet really quick. And that way I can see some of these comments coming across. Ta-ding. I wonder if it'll show that. Oh, I am. Yes, it does. I always get so excited about, look, I'm live. Woohoo! Struggling. So nice to see you back. Ah, yes, okay. Can relate. Oh, look at the comments. Thank you guys. All right, so I'm seeing the feedback real quick. Let me move my hair. I'm seeing the feedback. I'm seeing that people are struggling. Well, here's what I'm doing. I'm thinking in sections for myself. I'm just gonna move this away here, set that so that I can see the comments. I'm gonna pull back a little bit so that you can see what I'm doing. And oh my God, is that my butt? I can see it, it's lagging. Oh my God. Okay, so we're gonna do this in little segments. First of all, water. Water is your best friend, especially with the summer hitting and the humidity and the tendency to be dehydrated is already in play. It's important to drink the water. And I do this. I have a little basket that I keep loaded with water because I work in my room, in my office area, and I don't have time to get up and run for water. So I keep it right there at my desk. I put 10 bottles of water out, and these are 20-ounce bottles. And if I can get 5 in a day, that's 2 days worth of water, I'm drinking it. But sometimes, y'all, I get to where I just want a little something. So I get out my pitcher, and this is just something that's so easy for anybody to do. Just transfer some purified drinking water, distilled, whatever you prefer, to a pitcher. Look at that. It's almost as if I planned it that way. I didn't. I use this for my coffee maker. Cucumber and mint. I just happen to have fresh mint growing in my backyard. So I went out and picked some. And I'm just going to plop it down in my water. You can get fresh mint at the grocery store. It's good. It's good for your digestion. It tastes delicious. And put some slices of cucumber and a little minty melon water infusion is great. You don't have any added sugars. Take your stems, open, James. Thank you. Take your, you don't have any sugar in it, you don't have any sweetener in it, it's great. I have a peeler right here, and I've got a little paper towel. I am trying to keep organized here. Now you can leave the peel on if you like. Just wash the waxy parts off, and then you can just slice it. Me, I kind of like to do like an every other thing right here. I've already had everything prepped, and I leave a little bit of the green on. I just kind of think it looks prettier that way. Besides, I mean, it's not like I'm going to be eating them, right? Just like that. And you can take about half. I've got a knife, and I'm probably going to rinse and just reuse this knife for what I'm doing. Because, y'all, it's so easy. So simple. There we go. To that. Now, we're just going to... Now, to this, guys, if you wanted to go a step further, I think that I shared forever ago, like on my website and on Facebook, you can add to this, besides cucumber and mint, you can add a little ACV, if you want to, a little apple cider vinegar. And you don't need a lot. Just do like that and give it a stir. Pop it in the fridge. And now you have, this is going to help. It's a diuretic. It is water-based. It offers wonderful flavor. Your mint is good for digestion. It's just something refreshing to drink. I like that my little glass pitcher here kind of catches everything. It's got this little on here. But that's that. That's simple, budget-friendly. It's not expensive in any way, shape, or form. It's just available and easy. Next up, on the front of drinks, has to do mostly for me for my afternoon snack. So working in the afternoons on a computer by yourself all day long, there's that, for me, there's still a little bit of an afternoon slump, like, oh my God, I just want to either sit here and munch while I'm working, or maybe I just need a little more energy so that I can push through the rest of the day. You can do things like pork skins. You can have snacks, right? Or you can have drinks. So I kind of got a little, I'm going to go with the drink snack, and I call it a snack. So I like cold brew. Y'all know I do. And I already have a glass all situated right here. And you guys know that I have my handy dandy whipped cream thing. But you can buy, if you love going to Starbucks, if you love and you want to save like $6 at a time, if not more, from your Starbucks trip, do this at home yourself. You can buy sugar-free whipped cream. You can make it and put it in a plastic Ziploc bag with a hand mixer, or you can even get something like this, which for me, I love this thing, you guys. I've had it now, what, 3 years? And it comes in so handy. And I'm kind of bouncing around here, but there's a method to my madness. Oh my goodness, that scared me. My lid. Let's put it kind of right there. So heavy cream, buy whatever brand you want, guys. And I'm going to say this, we're going to talk a little bit about brands. We're going to talk a little bit about ingredients. I'm going to go about, I just want to leave a little bit for my coffee if I feel like it. And then I'm going to go, I'm using a little bit of the Tarani sugar-free syrup, vanilla, because I want a little vanilla flavor here. I mean, I just got it all over my hand. It's pretty tasty. I like it. I like it a lot. But for me, I love this thing. I'm going to pop my lid. I put my canister in the freezer so that it would be icy cold. Y'all know what I'm going to make, right? You've seen me do it before. Shooty shoot, I made a big old mess. It's freezing on there because that canister is so cold. And see, I have my paper towel ready too because I know who I am. I know it. There we go. All right, this is my little C2O cartridge. Are they C2O? I think so. They're not H2O. Oh my God, what is that? What is that? I don't even know what got on there. I haven't used this in quite some time. I don't know. During the move, it did something. Ugh. Wiped off whatever it was. And I give a little. And then I give it a little more shaking. Okay. Fun, huh? That's for my thing there. All right. Now I'm ready. This is a cool meal prep thing. I mean, you can buy this for the week because you're going to use it for more than just some coffee, right? Oh, shoot. So I do this. Afternoon pick-me-up is, and it's not every day, guys. I want you guys to realize this. This is not an everyday thing for me. This is a nice little midweek treat. It's okay to treat yourself. By treating myself, I feel like I'm not depriving myself. And again, we're going to talk ingredients. This is cold brew coffee. It's unsweetened black coffee. There's nothing in it. I'm just putting a little vanilla down in here. I'm putting some coffee. Now, I did buy decaf, and I'm going to prep it because I like my coffee in the afternoon, but I have cut way back on caffeine. And I'm just going to do that. And that. No caramel syrup, no nothing. Just a fat added coffee drink that will take your appetite away. Satisfy your craving. And it's delicious, guys. So, so delicious. Ooh, who loves, that's the wrong one. Oh, I threw that away, golly. Scatterbrained. So I've got that going on. Oh, and let's take care of this while we're at it too. Not this, but I haven't really eaten today. I broke my fast with some pork skins just because I was busy and I needed something to munch on to kind of take the shakes away. So that is delicious. The other thing that I occasionally want is something sweet, but because I'm trying to be very mindful about what I'm doing, I did this. You can make your little cups. You can portion it out with berries. Strawberries, blueberries, it doesn't matter. I just happen to have a half a cup, which you're allowed 1/2 cup of berries a day. Just make sure you put it in to your carb count. Make sure you're mindful of how many carbs you're eating. And because I have some vanilla whipped cream, I'm very satisfied with this, you guys. You know, when you're off plan, this doesn't seem very satisfying. When you're eating junk, when you're eating garbage, ice cream, and you're eating cakes and, apple Danish, whatever it happens to be, this is not on your radar. You're just like, no. But when you are being healthy and you want something and you think, oh my gosh, it's so sweet. Do you remember that? Do you remember staying away carbs long enough that something like these unsweetened blueberries actually taste very, very sweet? Then they have a little bit of sweetened whipped cream, and it's an option. You're not loading down on processed keto snack junk foods. You're not having to bake anything in the kitchen. You're not having to cook it. It's that simple. And you don't have to make your own whipped cream. You can go and just buy sugar-free whipped cream and just have a little treat. And you can prep these. Get you some little cups. They can be little plastic containers from the dollar store. Budget friendly. Portion out your berries, strawberries, blueberries, raspberry, mixture of the three. And then just have them in half-cup servings, ready to go. Pull it out. You can freeze them, have it as a frozen berry treat, put a little whipped cream on it, good for go. So that's so good. I'm gonna take one more bite. So now I can put my whipped cream away. Oh, I can put my coffee away too. Let's do the coffee though, real quick. Like I said, so one thing I noticed, going after menopause, does anybody have, if anybody's been through menopause or perimenopausal, have you noticed a change in your sleep patterns? Like insomnia, sensitivity to caffeine. I had this issue really bad. So I started where if I had a cup of coffee, or even if I had a Diet Coke in the afternoon, or a glass of just iced tea, I wouldn't go to sleep until 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. I mean, that's not my norm. And I don't consume a lot of caffeine in the first place. So for that to start bothering me, I switched, still have my Diet Coke, I buy the little bottles. But I usually only have half a bottle, which is 5 ounces of Diet Coke with my lunch or my dinner. And it was keeping me awake at night. So I switched to the caffeine-free Diet Coke. That's one thing I did. And the other thing is, I love the coffee. I am a coffee hound. If you know me, you know I love my coffee. So I do have this. If you want to save money, this is the tip here, because the label on this is meal prep and tips and tricks. So for me, you can buy any setup you want, but this saves me money. I bought that bottle that I just put away, and it was like $6. Not bad. I can have several glasses, and I will probably have some iced coffee for my morning, not my afternoon. That's because I can't handle the caffeine in the afternoon. But you can make a cold brew at home. You can make tea at home. Sun tea is great because you can just, soak it in the sun and in a tea bag, and it just does its thing, and it's so mellow, it's so smooth, so flavorful. Well, that's what coffee is now. But you have to have some way to keep it from floating around. So what I'm doing is using my little cold brew coffee carafe, and I am going to brew this so that when the afternoon hits and I'm working and I want something like Starbucks, y'all. I miss going to Starbucks. First of all, there's not one here. Second of all, it's expensive, and I'm trying to be budget friendly. Okay, so the way this little setup is like this. So this is a super fine mesh filter, and it's funneled down. You just fill it with coffee, just like that. I might have put just a scoop too much, but I think it'll be all right. And then let me grab this other. I like buying water versus, I don't like the way the water tastes here where I live. Different town, different flavor water, and you just want to let that soak through. Maybe I should have filled it with water and stuck it in there. I don't know. But you can already see that it's doing its thing. What you do is you just fill this up with water, and then it comes with a little lid, and then let it sit on the counter for 24 to 36 hours. And it is delicious, you guys. I wonder if I could just lift that up, do that. I get weird about it, like, did I do it right? It's been a while since I made it myself. Of course, Nance, let's just do it this way. Let's lift this straight up. Let's fill it with the water. I like it because that cylinder, oops, now I got too much. Just a bit too much. Too much, Nancy. Perfect, okay. So now that's just floating in there. Perfect, water comes all the way up to the top. And then I have this little lid thing that I found that I put in here. That's somewhere in here. Oh. And then I just pop this on here just like this. Just like that. Keeps it covered. It's a little silicone lid. And wrap that, pop. Now it's nice and tight. So there we go. I'll have my own cold brew. I'm just going to set it out of the way. Everything out of the way. Out of my way. There we go. Now I'm gonna paper towel this down because I, of course, dripped water. Now we're moving on, okay? So we covered some drinks. We covered drinks that double as snacks, drinks that are easy and budget friendly and good for you and sugar free. Now we're gonna move on to, I guess, some snacks, because I'm going to just kind of go through my drinks and then my snacks that I've been munching on, then what I'm having for lunch, and then what I'm having for my meal. I think that works. Let's see what the word is here. RT3. Took me years of sleeplessness during my 50s to figure out caffeine was the culprit because I go right to sleep but awake after 3 or 4 hours. Exactly. And if I get a little too much caffeine, it can even be in the form of chocolate, like Choc Zero. I was eating some of that. When was it Choc Zero at Lily's? It was one of them. But I'll tell you what, chocolate has caffeine. And it will keep me awake, or it keeps me lightly sleepy, not deep enough. So, let's see, 66, Linda, wake up every few hours, struggle to sleep. I cannot handle any caffeine at all after mid-morning or I'm up during the night. Insomnia has been a bad silence. Going through menopause. There you go. So switch to decaf. And it's hard to do, but it's not impossible, you guys. Start with going to like half cap on your coffee in the morning. You will get that satisfaction of the flavor of your coffee, but you're still getting some caffeine, and stay on that. Go through a container of it, whatever. Stay on, just cut it in half. I limit myself to 2 cups of coffee a day in the morning. I have the K-cups, so I have 2 cups in the morning. And then sometimes I switch it out and I drink some green matcha tea. It's really good, but I have lowered that caffeine. So I have on my order, my next go around, I do French vanilla, decaf. So I'm going to work my way all the way down. And that, by making a decaf cold brew myself, I can still enjoy iced coffees. I can enjoy foofy Starbucks style drinks and feel like I'm enjoying the flavor without the side effect. So, all right, I'll set you back up here. Now let's move on to snacks, y'all. Can anybody guess what I'm going to move up here. Can anybody guess what the #1 keto snack might be? I mean, I think most common anyway. I think it's pork skins. Anybody else agree with me on that? And I thought to myself, you're never going to eat. I did not, when I went off plan, I was like, I never want to eat another pork skin the rest of my life. I do not want it. I'm so sick of them. I ground them, I coated, I battered, I munched. I did everything I possibly could with pork skins to the point that I was like, I'm over it. Anybody else like, yeah, me too, sister. I'm over it. But here's the thing. I'm not over it. I am digging on them again, and I'm enjoying them. I think I'm appreciating them even. I really am. So I'm going to show you one of my go-to little snacks involving pork skins, because if you're being a stickler about ingredients, you're going to keep hearing me refer back to ingredients. You know, you can buy flavored ones like Max or even Walmart brand or Baconettes, right? They're relatively inexpensive, but everybody freaks out. They have maltodextrin in them, or they have sugar in them. And it might be not enough to even raise the carb count, but people freak out. They smooth out. And I think if you're looking at the big picture, the reason you do freak out a little bit is because over time it matters. Maybe not in the beginning when you're trying to lose, you know, the initial weight and get it going, but eventually it's going to come into play. So I thought to myself, what is my favorite snack? Especially if I'm going out. My favorite thing is chips and salsa. We all know, love chips, salsa, guacamole. I was gonna buy some avocados, but right now, not at the prices. They're not budget friendly right now. But the pork skins were, and I just bought plain, this is my setup, you guys. This is my setup. I have one of those little bowls that you get at Walmart. This is one that one of my kids stole from a Mexican store or a Mexican restaurant years ago. And well, I think one of my kids did, and then another person, they all worked at the same restaurant. So at some point, these made their way into my house, and I have 2 of them, and I love them. This is what I call my salsa bowl. If you go into a restaurant, you get this little serving of salsa. I love it because it's portion control. My favorite salsa is just great value, cantina style. It really does remind me more of a restaurant style. And you know what? I can put a little bit in here. I can munch my chips, my pork skins. But then I thought, you know what? The other thing that I really enjoy, 2 things. Queso and cheese. I mean, they're basically the same, right? Well, queso is more of a dip, and just cheese is cheese, and all women love cheese. So, I tried to work it out, and I was looking at like Velveeta, Cheese Whiz, cheese spreads, cheese dips, anything I could find that would be a queso snack that I would enjoy. But when I'm looking at 3 to 6 carbs per tablespoon, and who only eats 1 freaking tablespoon? Who? Nobody. Nobody. How they came up with a tablespoon is a serving, I'll never know. Why wouldn't they say half a cup? Because somebody's going to be like, yeah, if I'm sharing something with somebody, there's going to be a cup of queso, I'm eating half of it. So half a cup would have been good. Even a 1/4 cup, right? Not 1 tablespoon. So I don't want 12, 20, 24 carbs for my queso. I don't think anybody does. So what I came up with is this is my new best friend. So let me show you guys. I know it's backwards probably for you guys, but it's the Kraft Old English. It's a little jar, got a little snap-on cap, and yo, it's better than Cheese Whiz, and it's less than 1 carb per tablespoon because there's no. The ingredients list is small in comparison to the queso jars. So here's what I'm doing, y'all. I'm just taking just a little dab of this right here, okay? So if it's maybe it's just a little tablespoon, okay? 1.5 tablespoons, not enough for me to get all upset about. I'm totally happy with this. I thought I was gonna knock that lid off too, right? I should back up here so you can see what I'm doing. Ta-da! Back in frame. So then I've got my salsa, and I've just got just a little dab of that too. All right. Now I'm gonna pop it in the microwave just like I would if I were making my own queso with a can of Rotel and Velveeta. I mean, that's how everybody makes queso, right? So I'll pop it in there for a minute, just not long enough for the cheese to get hot. And I've got a really, really tasty queso dip that is not going to cost me at all. There's not even a carb. If you want to make more, you can. Obviously, you could increase the amount and just pop it in the microwave, and now you've got enough for a gathering, like if you're going somewhere and it's shareable. Or if you just want more, who cares, right? It didn't even take a full minute. Yes, I put my spoon in my mouth and I'm putting it in the bowl for all of those people who don't know me. I'm a home cook. This is my food, not restaurant food. And I'm giving it a little stir. a little stir, and it's cheesy, and it's red, and it's a wonderful, wonderful alternative. And I just like the plain salsa too, nice and cold. So, now, guys, it's a wonderful snack. It's a great side dish. This is going to come into play with one of the meals that I'm making this week, which I am going to prep. I'm not going to cook. Really not doing any cooking for you guys today. I'm just prepping stuff. That is delicious, and that is budget friendly. It's easy, it's clean, and it's very, very satisfying. So I'm going to set that one over to the side. But I'm going to leave the cheese there for just one titch. Because one thing I am going to do real quick is I love celery. Again, clean is my motto. Clean and simple. So I'm just going to, well, okay, so we forgot it right here. Now all I've done is slice a cucumber, so now I'm going to slice the celery and just put it in a Ziploc bag. You don't need a special bowl. You don't have to waste any dishes. But for me, guys, to be able to just have my little knife here, just to be able to say, oh, maybe I'll leave these like this, and just run it, just like you're frosting a cake. Look, it's not even, it doesn't take that much. And that's where it's at. You could add some green onion to this, chop it up real fine. Red peppers. You could kick this up, this little cheese spread up so much. And I can't believe it's by Kraft, but it's the old English spread. Less than 1 carb per serving. If I ate the whole jar, I wouldn't. I could eat this whole jar versus 2 tablespoons of the other jar of queso. Some perspective, huh? Pretty good. So yeah, I'm munching my way. I'm gonna tell you guys, I told Miss Sharon this. If you don't know, Miss Sharon is my darling. She is truly my darling. She is my admin in Keto for Real Life People. She is one of my most staunch supporters and one of my dearest, and has become one of my dearest best friends. Okay, she is awesome. And I told her on the phone that, you know, I was working my way back to you guys. I said, do you want to hear something? Let me come in closer, please. Somehow, some way, I knew that I would be coming back to YouTube. I knew that I'd start doing lives again. I couldn't do it over the last 5 or 6 months. I could not bring myself. And then all of a sudden, it was just like, life started changing. Things started clicking. I was like, I can do this again. I can take care of myself. I can eat right. I can share my journey. I can help others, hopefully. And then I started hearing this. Well, I'm working my way back to you, babe. And then I heard in my head, are you ready? I heard, guess who's back? Back again. Nancy's back. Tell a friend. And then I heard, well, how does that start out? I'm going to mess this one up for sure. I'd like to take a minute to sit right there. I'll tell you how I became the queen of, I don't know, I said thin hair, or I was trying to work some keto thing into it. But all of those songs just kept popping into my mind. In June, you're going to be ready. June, you're going to be ready. And here I am, ready. Sit right back. Okay. So now then, how hard is this, guys? This is pre-washed celery hearts. And all I had to do, basically, is just get it cut up. I mean, if you're at home and, you know, you have time on your hands, you can do this anytime, right? If you're working, this makes it helpful that you don't have to stop in the morning when you're already trying to get things done or throw things around like me, because, you know, that's just how I am. Ziploc bag, easy to grab. This is a negative food. Truly, the calories in this are so few that by the time you chew it up, you've already worked it off. So that's how they come up with negative calories. But now I've got my celery prepped. I can put some cheese on it. I can also put some cream cheese on it. It makes a good snack. Other thing that I've got, guys, budget friendly, simple, are I boiled my eggs for the week. I've got a half a dozen. It makes a great snack. It makes a great meal. I did have soft boiled eggs last week. Mom and I had them for breakfast. They were fantastic. Fan-freaking-tastic. Now then, summer is my jam as far as sandwiches go. That's the one thing that I can say that I miss more than anything. In the summer, I could live on sandwiches. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, I mean, I could eat any kind of sandwich that you could think of. I don't care if it's deli meat, I don't care if it's tuna or chicken salad or egg salad. I mean, give me a sandwich, some chips, and a Coke. I'm a happy girl. And I thought to myself, Nance, maybe you should go in there and make you some bread. And I thought, you know what? I'm not going to. I'm just going to keep it clean. I want to keep it clean now, guys. This is, I hate eating celery. I love how it tastes, but I hate how it's like sticks in my teeth. I really want to keep it clean. I'm going to move in here. So before we move into making these sandwiches. The thing that I think about is when I started keto, I was thrilled with the idea of being able to eat freely, without guilt, until I was full, and I didn't have to worry about anything. After doing it and working through the process, we all know that after about 3 weeks of just indulging in super high fat food, right? All the bacon you want, all the eggs, all the butter, just eat and eat and eat. Then all of a sudden the appetite goes away, right? It does happen. The cravings go away. The need to just gorge yourself goes away, and you find yourself in a spot where you're like, I'm not hungry. I could go lots of hours. I can fast now like nobody's business. So I had to keep that in mind. For those of you who have been struggling, I asked at the beginning of this video, I said, hey, are you struggling? Let me ask you this. Can you do one meal at a time for 3 weeks? And do what I said. Eat, 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 eat. Just eat. But eat what tastes the best to you. And don't worry about your macros. Don't worry about if there's some sucralose in your Diet Coke or your vanilla syrup, or maybe you're buying one of these little jobby doohickey things here. I kept it just, where is it? You know, I haven't even tried these. Your keto people out there, those people that are guiding you, teaching you, telling you this is garbage, this is garbage, this is this. I'd rather eat this than go to the deli or go buy a bag of Oreos, which I love. Everybody knows that's my favorite cookie. And sit there and walk through a whole bag of Oreo cookies when I could do something so simple and easy, and these things are cheap, and stay on track. Keeping me going and not going back, because I guarantee you if I open that bag of dang Oreo cookies and I eat even just a handful of them, then I'm giving myself wide open to my addiction, and I'm like gonna eat spaghetti and pizza and burgers and fries and Doritos and all the things I love. But I don't love them so much when I stay on plan. And I can honestly say, guys, I feel like my body has like some sort of muscle memory here going, oh, I remember keto. Yeah, we're gonna go back with you, we'll do it. And I feel myself just feeling really good. And I don't know, and I don't have the answer, I'm just telling you my experience, my part of this journey. I tried it, it's not like I didn't try. It just wasn't working and I wasn't satisfied. Maybe it was my hormones, maybe it was menopause. I have now come through the other side. So maybe if you are in menopause, the answer is be patient. eat the best you can, don't do what I did and go off. I mean, it served me no purpose, except for to be a rapid weight gainer. But I will tell you this, when I stayed keto 3 months during my menopause phase, I still was gaining weight, not as fast, but I was still gaining, and I felt like crap and I couldn't stomach anything. But it's been, let's see, it started in 2019, thought in 2020 I could say that I was post-menopause. Nope, because I still had to wait another full year because Mrs. Flo came and Auntie Flo came and visited me in 2020. And now here we are in 2022, and it's taking this long for me to start feeling like a normal person, like myself again, with a few pieces missing. Maybe a screw loose, I don't know. But I can tell you, I do now feel like it's working. And I actually had the thought process, I was like, you know, hey, if you are one of those people who say, look, I've been doing keto, and keto did quit working, and keto did fail me, take a break, but just be careful how you take that break. I do believe in the power of carb upping. I do believe now. I wouldn't have said that 4 years ago. Knowing what I know now, I do believe maybe that's what your body needs. But be careful. Know your triggers. Know what you can do to carb up. Are you going to eat a sweet potato? Are you going to increase your vegetables? Are you going to add some fruits in there? Or are you just going to go screw it and go eat whatever? I think if you're careful, you can eat whole and healthy foods, incorporate a few of those carbs, whole grains and stuff back, and then go back to keto. Anyways, that's just my thought process on that. Again, we were talking ingredients. These are my tips. These are my thoughts. Budget friendly. This is one of them. It came in my keto crate. Obviously, I haven't tried it. And it's chocolate chip cookie dough. I got my own dang chocolate chip cookie dough, y'all. It's dang tasty. Really good. I should save this for another video and put them to the test. It's just an idea. All right. Moving forward, guys. Moving forward. Let me have a little sippy sip. Lunches. So my sandwich addiction is being satisfied. I am loving my little lettuce sandwiches. So for my lettuce sandwiches, all I'm doing is using iceberg lettuce. I have used romaine because that's what I had, several kinds. But I think the iceberg makes the perfect sandwich. The other thing that I've been doing with my sandwiches, and it's still a sandwich per se, is burgers and sandwiches. With it being so hot, I find it cold and refreshing and delicious and so excellent, guys. So all I'm doing here is I'm going to pull this apart into leaves and just keep peeling and peeling and pulling. Just kind of give it a little, see, it just kind of comes out. And you notice they're nice big chunks. They're not little chunks. Off you go. And this is helpful for me. When I get to go on my lunch break, even though I am at home, all I have to do is just fill it. I can use this, like right here, guys, look. You know, I've got my, I like pulling the pretty ones for you guys. All of these are all wonderful. They make wonderful rolls. So if you're wanting to roll them up and do something with them, I have even, I'm gonna show you what I do. I'm gonna put this all in just another Ziploc bag because I just want it broke down. And I use every bit of it, even when it gets to the center of it. I like taking my boiled eggs, making egg salad, but then I take the little lettuce here and I shred it and then I mix it in and I add some little sweet peppers. Voila, I make an egg salad that's truly got like salad stuff in it and I can eat a whole bowl of it. It's so good. So good. So anyway, now I can just come in here on my lunch break and just pull out my salad. Oh, there we go. Perfect. You fell into the perfect sandwich size. So did you. Perfect. Perfect. And I do have a couple of heads of lettuce. Now, I'm not going to do both heads because I don't want it to wilt. But this is going to keep me going. I'll put those little pieces in here. Look how much I actually got out of this head. I'm so thrilled. Oh, that's so good, you guys. So, so good. You can get another bag if you need it. Okay, here's that sandwich. And pick up this. And oops. And oopsie doopsie. Oh my gosh. Like, there we go. Okay. Now, believe it or not, that's easier than pulling the head of lettuce out and trying to peel it off. Just by taking that core out and pulling it apart, it just becomes huge, massive amount. And much easier than slicing pieces off. Okay? So my go-to sandwich that I'm enjoying right now is, oh gosh, I forgot to get cheese at the store. I also have tuna salad in there. I keep it in my fridge so it stays cold. But my lunch consists of something like this. You're like, Nancy, you're not showing us nothing new. No, I'm telling you what I'm doing for the week, that's all. You might do this yourself. I love it for my burgers. I love it for everything. I just spread mayo, and I found that 3 tablespoons about therein is a wonderful amount of fat. Wunderbar. So then I go, oh, yep, it's got 2 slices, and I use 2 slices of cheese. I want that fat. I want my calcium, all right? And I buy the deluxe cheese because I don't like the stuff in the package. Then, turkey, deli ham, doesn't matter. I get about 2 ounces of meat. Just like this, come on. Just like this. Grab a couple of slices, usually 2, and I got them nice and thin, and I lay that on there. And the other thing that I am into, I can't get enough of this lately. I really just can't. I finished this yesterday, had to get some more today. Boy, I'm dropping everything today, y'all. Missed the trash can. And I should have opened this before because now I'm over 55 and, you know, I can't open packages. I'm like, I just can't do it. Oh my gosh, open please, open sesame. I don't care, I'll put it in the, I'll put it in the baggie. So then I get out about 8 slices of my pepperoni, which is super high in fat, super tasty, super low in carbs. And I just cover it in that. And then I pop it. Okay. And because I'm a weirdo, I'm gonna get rid of that. So I'm trying to work here. I keep my paper plates. I've got a cabinet full of white dishes, full, and I use paper plates. I just trim it up. But I don't waste it, okay? I just, that's like my little trick. Because now look, I'm gonna move you forward. Doesn't that a good, it's like an Italian BMT or something. I could put red onion, I could put lettuce or tomatoes. But this is my go-to. Completely delicious and satisfying. I'll be eating those all summer long. So good. I'm gonna tell you guys something. I have a comment on one of my videos, on one of my YouTube videos. I think it was the bread, where when I made the nutritional yeast bread, and I was tasting it for the first time, you know, on camera. Somebody said I should start doing videos and all I need to do is eat food. I guess it's called Mag Buck or Bang Mok. I don't know what it's called. But apparently people go online and they're just eating and eating and eating, and people like to watch them do it. I'm like, okay, I can do that. I love to eat. Let my inner child eating fat girl out. Oh heck, my mature grown woman fat girl likes it too, but. Now, this would be a perfect opportunity, guys, to enjoy my chips and my salsa too. My pork skins, my queso, my sandwich, grab a Diet Coke, I'm good for go. Deli's meat, easy peasy, in the fridge, nice and cold. You could do egg salad, potatoes, or chicken salad, tuna salad, burgers, cheeseburgers, whatever you want to put in there. But that's how I do that. And that's, now I've got my lettuce all prepped. I've got my lunch meat all done. I wish I had remembered cheese. But it is what it is. Now then, I'm moving on up. That's really all I got for lunch. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have for lunch because that's what I like. Now, if I want it, like I said, if I want to just switch it up, I've got some tuna in there and I do have some eggs boiled up. I could switch it up, but I want that sandwich. It's just cool, it's refreshing. Other things that I have that I'm not going to prep because I'm not going to insult your intelligence or waste your time or mine are, I have a bag of spinach. I have bought a bag of chicken fajita meat. Okay. I will have a salad this week like that. I'm craving Mexican food right now, so I was thinking of ways to enjoy it without going off plan. One of the things I do love is just taking some lettuce and I'm going to just throw some of this fajita chicken on it, some cheese, some avocado, top it with some sour cream and salsa, and I will be good for go. I'll satisfy that fajita flavor. Oh, and I'll use some bell peppers too. I have a recipe for it. It's good. It's on my website. I gotta do that all of a sudden. So I'm not gonna waste your time with it, but I just wanted to tell you that's one of the things that I have going on. The other thing that I'm not making until Friday is my standard, my old standard that I have been eating it whether I was on plan or not, and that is my beefy cauli rice. The recipe is on Facebook. The recipe is on KetoForLifePeople.com. Just look it up. It is delicious. And the reason I'm making it Friday night is because my grandson Kyan, who just turned 12 this last Tuesday, requested it. I talked to him last night, and he said, "Grandma, what was that stuff you made with cauliflower when we were here that one time?" And I was like, "Oh, that's my beefy cauli rice." He's all, that stuff was the best. And him and his two of my other grandsons are coming to stay Friday night. So that's what's been requested by a 13-year-old, a 14-year-old, 12-year-old, and a 11-year-old. That's pretty impressive if you ask me. So that's on the menu for Friday night. I'm supposed to make a double batch so that they can eat all they wanted. Done and done. Better than ordering pizza for sure, right? All right, let me back it up. As I told you, I do have a craving for two things: Mexican food and salmon. Salmon is usually an indicator that I need to get my omega-3s up. So, I have salmon. This is what's for dinner tonight. I am going to carefully use my other little blade. This is my kitchen blade. Handy dandy kitchen blade. It can zip right through things. And I'm not. So I am going to come into the ingredient thing. I'm going to get out a Ziploc bag, and I'm really not even, guys, this is so simple. I want to put this out on the grill. Okay, we got a nice fillet of salmon, and I'm just going to take it and I'm going to plop it in this bag. I'm going to set it up there. I'll lay my trash can and make it stinky. Okay, and then I bought my favorite way to have it out on the grill is a marinade. Super simple. Again, you don't have to put a lot of effort. This is the sugar-free teriyaki marinade. And I dropped that dang thing. And I'm just gonna pour a little bit of it on there. And then tonight, it's gonna be on the grill. It's more than enough for a couple servings. And then what I'll do, after it's sat in the fridge for a while, and then once pop it on the grill, I'll marinate it with a little bit more once it's out on the grill cooking. That's super simple. Some people might not like it. It is got sucralose in it. But I'm okay with it. I drink Diet Coke. It has sucralose in it. There's other things I have that have sucralose in it, and it doesn't seem to bother me. And I don't use it in large quantities, and I don't use it on a daily. I really don't. So I think when it comes to things like that, guys, you need to be able, let me just stick this in here. Let all the air out of the bag and let it just marinate, and that's for dinner tonight. Let me grab my... So far so good, don't you think? Are you guys enjoying this? I mean, I'm kind of freaked a little bit. Just a little. I mean, I feel comfortable because I've done this with you guys before. But I feel like, you know, some of the stuff you've seen, some of the stuff you know. But, you know, going back to the basic means going back to the basics. And being here together is a wonderful way to be supportive. Obviously, we're here because we want to take control back. So, well, even though you've seen these things, it is what it is. Now this one, maybe you haven't, and this one's just right off the top of my head. This is one of these things that happens to me when I'm in the kitchen, and I'm just like, you know, that sounds like it'd work. I think I'll try it. So that's what I'm doing. And I don't even have to cook it yet. You'll get the idea. You can take some notes, grab a notebook if you want to, write this one down. Once I get it baked out this week, and I know if I think, oh, dang, yeah, oh, then I'll have to put it into a recipe. I'm now a weekend blagger, because I have a full-time job. I ain't got no time for that. So we're going to start. I want to do a casserole. I've been wanting enchiladas, and I debated back and forth. Do I want red or do I want white? Do I want red or white? Well, I already had some red sauce, just store-bought. Not any flour in it, gluten-free, no sugar added. I think it's sitting right here, ready to rock and roll. I'm gonna back this up, have some, this is the tomatoes with the diced green chilies. This is the Hatch brand, but you can buy Rotel or Great Value or whatever off store brand they might offer where you live. You do you, boo. Oh, shooty shoot. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this because I think this has gone quite a while. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I got, some chicken, boneless, skinless chicken thighs. I love them. I'm gonna go ahead and set this here. And where did my handy dandy little kitchen blade go? Just to the side of it without touching the meat. It just rips this thing right open, guys. So I have these chicken breasts or chicken thighs. They're skinless, boneless. They have the fat on, and I'm leaving them. I'm not using this whole package, guys. I just want to put enough in here. So easy. I'm all about easy now. Not complicated. There we go. So 1, 2, 3 that way. 1, 2, shooty shoot. Don't you know it? There's like one breast left over. So I guess I'm gonna do 6, and I'll just do something with this one later on. And I just bought it today, so I will freeze it. I don't need it, and I'm not gonna force it, so I'm just gonna, I'll put this over here with the salmon. I don't want it in my trash can. Take all the air out and toss them in the freezer. Now to my chicken. Oh, Nance, that's dangerous for you. I'm going to add some tomatoes with some chilies. I love this can opener. I love that. Zip, zip, backwards pop. It just pops right off. It's so awesome. I'm gonna grab a spoon here. I'm just gonna spoon it on because I kind of want to see how much. I don't want it to have too many tomatoes. And I'm just giving it like probably a half a can. Yeah, I think that'll work. Just a half a can of that. Alright. Then I have, oops. Oh, sorry guys, I didn't mean to knock you down. Then I'm gonna take some onions. Maybe somebody's done this before, I don't know. It's just it came into my mind, what sounded good to me, what the thought of it. Something, I love chicken enchiladas, number one. And yes, I imagine you could do something like this with ground beef, but I think the chicken has more of a casserole dinner feel than versus making something with hamburger that's kind of loose. Like you feel like you need to put it in something because it's just squishy, smushy, you know? And I am just going to take a half of a small one, half of a small onion, and I'm going to lengthwise put some slices. And over we go, just like that. And on top of that, it's going to just go. Like, what flavor is there going to be? Well, I'm going to season it, guys. Of course I'm going to season it. Just like that. And I want to touch the chicken. Trying to avoid touching it because then it contaminates. And I am going to pop salt. Pepper generously. Generously, for sure. And then I thought I have, but maybe I don't. Oh, yes, I do. Oh, yes, I do. This is fancy light chili powder by Fiesta. It's my go-to. It's my favorite. But I'm going to give a little sprinkle right across the top. Then I am going to just pour, I'm going to eyeball some of this red enchilada sauce over the top of that. A little splash there. And I'm going to use this knife here. I'm going to just kind of wiggle it a little bit so that the gets down and around the bottom of the chicken. Just like that. And lastly, but not leastly, I'm going to smother it in some cold beef. You can use Mexican blend, whatever flavor floats your boat, whatever your favorite is. At this point, if you want to, I'm going to, when it's all baked up, I'm going to top it with some cilantro and some black olives and some sour cream. That's how I'm going to do it. But this is going to go into the oven at 350 degrees, and it's going to be in there 45 to 60 minutes. I'll check it because I want the chicken not only done, but I want it to be tender, and I just want it to marinate in this red chili sauce with the onions, the tomatoes, the chilies. And you could even add, like, I have green chilies roasted in my freezer, but they're too hot for my mama. So this is a great way to do both the flavor and not burn her up. And guys, you could pop this in the freezer, I would imagine. I don't know why you couldn't. But I'm just going to take it and pop it in the freezer. And then I'm going to probably pop this in for dinner like Monday. I'll pull it out or go for straight. This is a dish that can go straight from freezer to the oven. It'll be an easy meal. That is 6 thighs. That is meal for Mom and I for a couple of nights for sure. So there's that. Got a little leftover onion. I buy regular sandwich baggies to keep my tomatoes, onions, stuff like that. I can't stand using, I have the Rubbermaid stuff, but nah. Nope. Pop that in there. And I think I've covered it, y'all. I think I have covered the food for the week. I mean, I'm having beef and cauli rice. I'll have a fajita chicken salad. I've got my sandwiches every day. I've got some boiled eggs if I want to make egg salad or just have a snack or, you know, whatever. I've got my coffee. I've got my dessert. It's simple. All this stuff is so easy. It's a simple reminder of how easy keto can be. That's good. Even cooled down now. It's really, really even more flavorful. I'm totally digging it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let's see. I did run over. God dang it. I was going to try to keep it under an hour. But I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope to be back soon. I don't think that I will be necessarily, you know, on as frequently as I was before, because I only have my weekends free, and it is summertime, and there's a lot going on. So I will be back though, and I hope you enjoyed this time. Remember, guys, God's first. Moderate protein, low carb, and keep it keto. Have a good one. Bye.